Hi everyone, this is Sarah Miner, and today we're discussing social media and crisis communications. The situation that we're going to be talking about is with Starbucks. In 2012, Starbucks Argentina ran out of their to-go cups and sleeves with that iconic logo that you see right there. And then we're going to talk about what happened as a result. So when Starbucks ran out of cups that had the logo, there's potential side effects that maybe could have happened. Customers probably wouldn't have taken any notice because they were there for coffee, and as long as their coffee or their desired beverage was available, then they wouldn't have cared. Two, they would alert their customers simply to when they're going to get the new cups back, not making a big deal about it. Three, they would apologize and maybe provide an incentive like a free small coffee or a free croissant, that type of thing. But what Starbucks did do is that they alerted their customers to the situation and they provided an alternative solution. And we'll talk about why that alternative solution didn't quite work. So Starbucks reacted on social media when they ran out of their cups. And they tweeted to their Argentinian community the following, and this is translated. We apologize as due to a temporary supply shortage, some shops are using national cups and sleeves. Salutations. And then subsequently, because of that tweet, they ended up apologizing again, which we'll talk about further, but the Facebook post said, we apologize for the post this morning. We understand your comments and clarify that the intention was to tell you we are using different than the usual supplies temporarily in some stores. This is due to a breakdown of stock by an internal planning error. We're working to continue providing the best for our fans. We like to be transparent with our community and share each of our updates, whether permanent or temporary. All right, so what happened on social media? What happened in the situation when Starbucks tweeted about the lack of cups? TheNextWeb.com covered this situation, and the article actually summed it up rather nicely about the customer reactions. As you may have guessed, the message didn't exactly please Argentines. Rather than praising the company for its transparency and prompt notice, they unsurprisingly took offense that Starbucks felt the need to apologize for using local products. Okay, so what went wrong? Perhaps an apology was not really necessary. A number of articles I read said maybe they should have just restocked the cups with the local product and moved on. Starbucks used the controversial language nacionales, and that was the Spanish translation for local, a local product. Subsequently, the community manager really needed to be a little more in tune with the current socioeconomical situation. They were more or less offending Argentines for using and sort of downplaying and sort of degrading comments about using these local products, when in turn they should have been praising them and or perhaps retweeted with a different use of language. Starbucks is a world brand, and on social media, tweets and information like that spread like wildfire. So the day that Starbucks tweeted about using the Nacionales cups, was the #1 trending topic in Argentina for the day. And then to even add more fuel to the fire, they continued to talk about this and put out a statement sort of explaining their tweet and why they decided to let people know. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too late for that. So the role of social media here is that you're able to connect and inform a mass audience. It allows companies like Starbucks to mitigate risk depending on the situation. And like Starbucks says, they like to promote transparency in what's happening within their company. And last but not least, but more importantly, it engages your community in conversation, which this situation certainly did. When you look up Starbucks social media policy, it's sort of ironic that one of their policies is in according to this is for Canada and the US, but I'm sure this is similar to what they adhere to in Latin America. The world is getting smaller. What you say can be seen by customers and partners all over the world, and what you say might actually be wrong or offensive someplace else, which is ironic because that's exactly what happened in Starbucks in Argentina. They said something that was offensive to Argentines, but probably not to Americans. Now, what could they have done differently? Uh, Crafted a more culturally aware message, um, maybe using different language, posted a question instead of a statement. Does anyone mind that we ran out of cups with logos? Um, Alerted customers to the situation with a time frame. Simply saying we ran out of our signature cups, will be restocking them within a day. Coffee is still available, something along those lines. And maybe added humor and a sense of personality. This wasn't a very serious situation since they were still able to serve their actual product, which is coffee and coffee beverages. And they could have had the opportunity to add a little humor to the situation. So, what's the takeaway? Knowledge is power. Before posting anything, especially when you think you have a crisis, to know the facts. Coffee might be global, but opinions and perceptions are not. So, be smart about the language you use and how you post it.